In this video, I'll be breaking down how the Yankees hit 3 home runs on the first 3 pitches they saw against Nestor Cortes in their game against the Milwaukee Brewers. Jumping into Paul Goldschmidt's at-bat to lead off the inning, Cortes throws him a four-seam fastball up and away and Goldschmidt does not miss it. He gets an exit velocity of 109 miles an hour and it goes 413 feet. When we slow it down, we can see it catches a lot of the plate, but when looking at Goldschmidt's K rate and whiff rate from last year, it actually shows that the location of this pitch is where he strikes out the most and whiffs quite a bit. But there are 2 things to consider. If we look at Goldschmidt's average exit velocity, we'll see that the highest average exit velocity are for pitches in that location. His zone charts also suggest that he does a decent amount of damage on pitches in that location, especially when looking at his WOBA on contact. The second factor to consider is who is on the mound. If we look at Cortes's metrics from last year, we will notice that he is below average at generating whiff, and his fastball velocity is well below average. Essentially, all of this is to say that if you can get Goldschmidt to whiff in that location, it's not a bad pitch. But if you're a low whiff pitcher like Cortes, that is going to be a dangerous location when pitching to Goldschmidt. That's not to say that Cortes wanted to throw the pitch there. You can see where Contreras sets up versus where the pitch actually ends up. Moving on to Cody Bellinger, he takes the second pitch of the inning deep, which is another four-seam fastball up in the zone. This ball is hit 108 off the bat and goes 451 feet. We can notice that on Bellinger's whiff and K rate charts, he does not miss a lot of pitches down in the zone, but middle up is not necessarily a weakness either. Looking at his average exit velocity in that location, it is one of the highest average exit velos he has. Finally, we can see from Bellinger's charts versus lefties last year that you certainly do not want to pitch to him down in the zone. But that spot, middle up, is an area he tends to have a lot of success in as well, especially when looking at his slugging and WOBA on contact. We'll take a look at the pitch one more time and see that Contreras sets up away, but Cortes misses up and Bellinger makes him pay for that. Moving on to the third pitch of the inning against Aaron Judge, he gets a cutter inside and the result is going to be the same as the last 2 pitches. This cutter is located middle in, and when we look at Judge's strikeout and whiff rate from last year, this is the location he whiffed on at the lowest rate versus lefties. His average exit velocity chart just tells us that he hits the ball hard wherever it is located, but his damage zone charts show us that although he has very few weaknesses, anything middle to down in the zone he crushes against lefties. This time, Cortes does not really miss his spot, but we know that Judge has previously had success on pitches in that location against lefties. I do want to take a look at Judge's next home run in the 3rd inning because it tells a little bit of a different story. We can see that Thomas locates this cutter up and in on Judge, and if we look at these damage charts versus lefties from last year again, this honestly is a great location for the pitch. So although a lot of the data in this video supports the results that happen, sometimes there are just really good hitters who find a way to succeed anyways. And just for good measure, here is Judge's 3rd home run of the game. Hopefully you enjoyed this breakdown of how the Yankees started the game with 3 home runs off of 3 pitches against Nestor Cortes.